What's going on, everyone? It's your boy PTK Blam back in the building, your friendly neighborhood gamer back after a little bit of a hiatus, guys. Sorry, I know it's been like a week between videos, but I moved into a new home, so shout out to everybody who wished me luck on Twitter for moving. But I'm back plugged up. We're back here. We're back rocking. Got another awesome video for you guys. But before we dive into today's content, into today's topic, I do want to say make sure you guys subscribe, like the channel, like the video. We appreciate the continued support here on these individual videos as well as the shop podcast. We've been rocking out. We appreciate everybody coming to join us. Have fun. We got another very special pre-E3 shop podcast lined up for this Saturday, 6 p.m. AZ time. Come check it out. Hang out with us. But now, off the pleasantries, on to the business at hand. And E3 is upon us, people. As of this recording, we're 3 days out from E3. It is Wednesday as I'm recording this video. So I am super hyped. This is Christmas for us gamers, man. So I want to talk about, obviously, if you check the thumbnail, we're talking about the Xbox Bethesda E3 show. They're showing essentially. And I want to just get into a couple quick predictions, some things I've been thinking about, some things that I've been going over in my head, some things I'd like to see, maybe some far left stuff. Who knows? We're going to have fun with it. And you know what, guys? I don't give a shit about people saying temper your expectations. I am hype. Ultimately, I don't even care if any of these predictions come true. That's not the point for me. The point is that E3 is upon us. This is our Super Bowl. This is a time as gamers where we celebrate video games as a whole and we get excited. Whether or not any of this even becomes true, it doesn't matter. I'm just excited because I want to talk about it, and we're right around the corner. So let's go ahead and just dive in, man. I'm doing too much talking as it is already. So I'm gonna go over a couple quick E3 predictions for this particular Xbox Bethesda event. First prediction, essentially, I don't think this is really much as a prediction, but the first thing I want to talk about obviously is Halo Infinite. And people been talking about Halo Infinite in a couple different ways. Are they going to start the show with Halo Infinite? Or are they going to close the show with Halo Infinite? I don't really think it matters. I think if you want to get the show started off on the right foot, you lead with Halo Infinite. You show the graphical updates. I think we're going to see that. I think we're going to get a short amount of gameplay. I feel like Halo Infinite probably should get the most screen time out of any game they're probably going to show because it's the closest one. It's probably the biggest game coming out this year for Xbox, bar none. So I think we're going to get a whole lot of that. I hope they're going to do some like side-by-side comparison, maybe showing the difference between what they showed first and what we're getting now. I hope a lot of that, show some exploration, what the campaign looks like, a couple quick things, and then dive right into the multiplayer. I want to see a ton of that. I know they're going to spend a lot of time with that. Very important that they get started off on the right foot. Show us that. Show us the changes that you made. Get people excited about the event right off the bat. So I'm thinking they're going to lead with Halo Infinite. I could be wrong. Like I said before, it doesn't really matter if they do or not. I just think that's a proper way, in my opinion, just to get things started off right. You lead with Halo, show what it can do, show the upgrades, blow people's face off right off the rip, and we'll get started there. So another prediction that I have, and this is something that's very important, I think just for the portfolio's sake, I obviously think there's going to be a few partnerships. Now, we've heard a lot about some acquisitions. I think there may be one or two that we'll see. There's been rumors about some acquisitions being made of some smaller companies. I can definitely see that happening. Obviously, Game Pass is going to get a lot of screen time, so you need the studios to fill Game Pass, so they could use a couple different studios have been talked about. Techland, obviously Bloober. There's some other smaller studios people want them to look into. There's a lot of smaller studios out there that will really benefit Xbox that are doing great work. So that's something that I think inevitably is going to happen, as well as partnerships. Now, the one partnership I think we're going to see, and if we do see it, I think it's going to blow people's face off, obviously, is the Kojima partnership. There's been rumblings about that possibly being too early, maybe the deal, they're still working through that, but I think it's interesting. He did mention, Kojima did show that he posted it on Twitter, he's going to be at the Summer Games Fest. Now, I don't know if that means he's not going to be at any other event there, but he's definitely going to be at the Summer Games Fest. He tweeted out a picture of his badge. I guess Jeff Keighley sent that to him. So I think he'll be there to some capacity. Now, we don't know which. And the big thing obviously is Xbox moving into that Japan territory, getting a bigger foothold, getting some JRPGs, getting some studios out there to try and gain a foothold out there. So I think if Phil's as excited as he says he is about as about Japan, we're going to see that fruit bear tree, or that tree bear fruit for sure. Whether it be a partnership, maybe a couple exclusive games coming out of there, maybe even some type of studio, who knows? I would love to see a homegrown studio out of Japan, you know, maybe Xbox Japan or something like that, a homegrown Japanese studio that Xbox built from the ground up. I would love to see that at some point. A lot of talent out there. So that's another prediction I think that we're going to see, whether it be a partnership and or an acquisition. Another thing, obviously this is more on the Bethesda side of things. There's a couple games people are talking about that they want to see. One, Wolfenstein 3. We know that should be, that should be at the event. They haven't talked about it, but just because of the dev cycle on the last one, usually Wolfensteins are about 2 to 3 year dev cycle. So it's been about 3 since the last one. It would make sense, although we haven't really got any hints. Interesting thing though, I'll put the photo up. Xbox actually tweeted out a photo of essentially Master Chief and a bunch of different Xbox first party characters at like a Thanksgiving dinner, and a majority of the characters in this picture were actually from Wolfenstein. So a lot of people took that as a hint that we're gonna see Wolfenstein there, but who knows? Obviously Arcane, The Omen, that whatever that game is, whether it be Legacy of Kain or it be a brand new vampire game that we keep hearing about, I think that's going to be shown there. Obviously, those rumblings have gone around for a while now, to be honest with you. So there's that. A couple unannounced IPs. I think we're definitely going to get maybe even a third-party IP doing, being exclusive to Xbox as well. That would be extremely interesting. They have a lot to show, man. It's tough to I'm doing this kind of off the cuff, but it's so tough because they have so much flexibility. But moving on to obviously to more to Bethesda. Starfield is the elephant in the room, so we definitely got to talk about that. Now Starfield, some people are saying maybe they close with like a teaser of Starfield. I do think we see Starfield to some capacity. I think they have to throw us a bone at the very least. Now Todd's he's not in no rush to put this thing out. He's already said, there's already videos out there. He's already talked about the game, people being hyped and they've never even seen and they don't even know what it is. So I think he's going to throw us a bone at this E3 and give us something, maybe not a gameplay, maybe another CGI trailer, maybe a long one, giving us just a little bit of insight on, what the game is and what's going on. That would even be great. I think people will be cool with that. Gameplay is obviously better, but we don't know how far along that game specifically is. But I definitely think they're going to throw us a bone with Starfield for sure. Is another big one. That's another big one. Now, do we see anything else out of Bethesda, Elder Scrolls, anything like that? I highly doubt it. I don't think we see anything of that. Now, my last couple here are going to be a little bit off the cuff. These are some other first-party Xbox studios as well. One, Obsidian. Very, very interesting because all we got last year of Avowed was like this short CGI trailer. I do want to see more of Avowed. I do not know how far along it is. It feels like it's extremely early in production, but Obsidian is a super talented studio who can work on multiple titles at once and very high quality titles and get them out. So who knows? We might see that Forza Horizon or Forza Motorsports. I definitely think we're going to see that at some point. We saw it was more of a CGI kind of trailer in game. I mean, it was captured in engine, but we don't know if it was running on that Xbox Series X or S. I think we're going to see Forza Horizon or Motorsports, more likely Motorsports, I think, because obviously Playground's working on Fable at this point. So actually those are pretty much going to be my predictions, to be honest with you. So I'm super excited about the event, as you guys can see. Let me know that in the comment section. What do you guys want to see from the event? What do you guys expect out of Xbox, man? It's funny because they've been extremely quiet as well. We don't have any expectations, which I think will benefit Xbox. They haven't even given their conference a label. Usually they say, well, it's going to be the most games you've ever seen or the biggest show in Xbox history. They haven't done that this year. So we'll see. I don't think anybody has any expectations. So they're approaching this one a bit different. So I think everybody should at least be surprised by what they show. But I'm extremely excited. Once again, let me know then in the comment section what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel, like the video if you guys want to see more of these. We will have a E3 video once again, and we will be streaming live on our YouTube channel for E3 as well, so you guys can hang out with us there. I'll put the times out on Twitter, so follow me. All of the information is down in the description below. I know there's a ton of videos or a ton of live streams going on around that time, but if you choose ours, we definitely appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us, man. But either way, let me know what you guys think. I am out of here. Peace out.